I forgot to do a countdown, but we are live.
Oh, whoops.
I was just like, I hit the live button. I was like, damn, I forgot to do something. Well, anyway, welcome to Graded Point Live. I don't know why I've got my tweeter on the screen. Let's change that up a little bit here. There we go.
You're doing real good today.
Yeah, having a moment. I'm boomering. Oh God, I'm boomering.
That sounds dirty as shit.
Wow. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about some happenings that happened over the weekend. You know, I'm gonna say this. I hate when I'm right. Like, seriously, especially when I say something to the that something will happen on the weekend. I always say we'll talk about something else unless something happens over the weekend, and
Whoops.
because something always happens over the weekend, right? And yeah, something happened. What we have here
It was
is
a bad idea.
pretty much. I mean, God knows. Let me pull the chat up so I can see what people are saying. Hello, everybody. Hello, Garrett. Hey, people. Glad you're here. Because the thing is, the Streamlabs is not giving me a live count of who's up right now, so we're just gonna wing it. You can tell me how many people are watching.
It says 5 right now. We had 7 like a second ago. So apparently 2 people just was like, "Fuck you." Oh, now we're down 4. No, come back.
Come back.
I miss you.
Come back. Well, okay. Hey, Dark Ammo. Hair. Don't you do it. Y'all stop. No.
Oh,
Cab broke his headset like a boomer, and he would like to request if anybody knows anything. I got a good, decent headset. There,
fixed it.
Nope. I broke it.
Nigeria. Oh. Nigeria. James, shut up. Wow.
Lord God.
It's not picking him up, is it?
No, I didn't hear him.
Oh, okay, good.
I didn't hear him. So yeah, like I said, I hate being right about stuff. And this is a pretty big deal. I woke up to this news. I was sleeping, and I got an alert on my phone because some people I have that I follow on YouTube, I have the bell rung, so I get alerts. And it was that Umbrella guy who has been on this show before, and he had a thing and it said Edwin Boyette swatted. I'm like, holy shit, and I woke up and got myself together and listened. And yeah, this guy, he does YouTube streams and things like that. He does videos about Comicsgate and things like that. I'll explain the shirt in a minute, but apparently about 5 o'clock in the morning in Hawaiian time, because he lives in Hawaii. Somebody called the cops on him, and what he found out, because this is published on the 23rd, this is before they had that new information. What he found out that the call came in when he was actually streaming the night before, and so the person had intended for him to be swatted live on stream.
Which I think is, it's another sign of a person being kind of sick in the head because they want to see their handiwork.
Yeah, they want to see it actually
or
happen.
hear it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess I'll read through this because I will read through this and then fill in what new information that is available because from what I've been reading. YouTuber Edwin Boyette, who's a prominent voice in the Confiscate movement, reports someone tried to swat him and his wife. Boyette took to Twitter to report the alleged swat and posted a partial image of a card that Tahat states. This card verifies that a report has been filed with the Honolulu Police Department. The card includes the report number. So basically, you could call the Honolulu Police Department and actually get, a incident report if you wanted to.
Yeah.
For those unfamiliar with the term swatting, it refers to someone making a prank call to emergency services in an attempt to have the police show up in a force at a particular address. The calls usually involve reporting a serious crime at the address, which involves a bomb threat, murder, hostage situation, or other violent crime or mental health emergencies, indicating someone at the address is suicidal or homicidal and armed with some kind of weapon. Boyette would post a follow-up tweet encouraging his followers to not, quote, say or communicate anything that could harm or negatively impact you. He would also provide further details of the alleged SWAT attempt. So an interesting warning, someone tried to swat my wife and I. Thankfully, one of my coworkers is a police chaplain. I go to church with a lot of the Honolulu police. They are very professional. Once I explained to them what was happening and who I worked with, everything came down real fast. Just walk down and talk to the building management and security and stuff and thank them because it's kind of stressful on everybody. And like I said, there's a copy of the thing that he had made a little video about it. Boyette would appear on Ethan Van Sciver's stream to discuss further details on the alleged SWAT attempt. I can't play that video because it was 3 hours long. On the stream, just before the 30-minute mark, Boyette revealed that he went to a comic convention last night wearing a shirt that said hashtag Comicsgate and hashtag I stand with Vic. Boyette had posted his intention to head to convention with the shirt on earlier in the day on February 22nd. And he pretty much recorded his entire almost his entire time at the con, and nothing happened to him. He didn't have any negative interactions with anybody.
That's good.
So Boyette then details he went on a live stream after attending the convention with that umbrella guy and Kyung Lee to talk about comics. And he did that because I remember it coming up on my thing. After streaming, he states he went to bed and woke up in the morning around 4:30 local time, hearing a banging on the door. He notes he heard the bang a second time as someone saying police. He proceeded to report that there were 8 officers and tactical information with guns drawn waiting at the door. Boyette then details that police had received a report that he had called the police and told them that he had murdered his wife. He specifically noticed that the police told him that he had stabbed his wife and that he was suicidal. Boyette confirmed this incident sounded almost identical to the recent alleged SWAT attempt against Alterna Comics founder Peter Samedi.
Yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm. Boyette notes that he will be cooperating with the police and has exchanged information with Peter Samedi and will be putting both police departments in touch with each other. He does indicate he planned to return to Comic-Con and have a good time. So, yeah. Why are you people messaging me during streams? Don't do that. trying to stream. Message me later. So, yeah. Thoughts?
Oh, my God. This is getting ridiculous. I say really good, though, on the Honolulu police for already kind of thinking something was up.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. Did the police not have caller ID?
Yeah, that's why I put that on there. They know who called. They know general location because Edwin did confirm that the caller was from out of state, so it was not in Hawaii. I would not be shocked that the same caller called Peter Samedi.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like they use pretty much the same story. Mm-hmm. And yeah, at least the Honolulu police or whatever, they realize that it would be weird for him to be calling from out of state to tell people that he's at his house doing that thing.
Mm-hmm. They also, I'm going to read the chat real quick.
Oh yeah.
Seth says they also want to intimidate, and then Quinn said this war is getting dumb on the anti-side. Florence
For
says,
comic books, you guys, holy shit.
yeah. Shibby Dibby Dabada says, Florence, I don't know what the fuck. Are you having a stroke? Let's see. Garrett, wow, didn't realize that they call it in while he was at the con. Man, these people are dark. No, I believe he was at the con while he was on stream, because the intention was to get it record. They wanted to see it happen on a stream. Who else got swatted? It was Edwin Boyette who got swatted. Just arrived. Almost home, says Darkman Mitch's face, which is Xavier. Yeah, Edwin almost did. He needed a MAGA hat to complete the outfit, to be honest. Oh, yeah, with the the comment skate, not stand with Vic. All he needed to do was put Gamergate on the back of it, and he had to, like, trifecta.
Right?
Yeah. SJWs are cowards. They never confront him in real life. At worst, they would sucker punch him and run. The loonies say MAGA hats are the new, I'm assuming that means Klansman hoods. This is true.
Yeah.
The people who sided Edwin and Peter should be caught and thrown the book at. I agree. These people are pushing it. I'm glad EVS is suing these scumbags. Exactly. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. With that outfit, he would be too powerful. This, I'm glad Cab's like listening in the chat. Because he can kind of say what I'm going to say, like in his stead here. This goes back to what we've been talking about, right? This has gone beyond, an argument online.
Yeah.
You got people out here who actually want you dead. They go around saying like, oh, they're Nazis and Nazis deserve to be hit and beat up and they don't need to exist anymore. And what does don't need to exist anymore? That means they need to be killed.
Yeah.
Right. For
their make-believe projections on someone else.
Mm-hmm. It's getting to the point where it's like, it's like, who would EVS sue though? I'll get to that. You're jumping another topic there, big guys. Let's hold on a second. One thing at a time. But yeah, the whole point is, like they said, you could say it's over comic books, right? When it gets down to it, it's politics. It's easy because it's even more absurd than just being comic books. It's comic books and politics. I don't agree with what you say, so I think you should die.
Yeah, that's just, and they don't think that's warped as hell.
Because there are a lot of places, I know many people in my immediate, like where I live, if somebody was banging on the door or tried to bust the door down, they're going to come with a gun. They're going to confront who's trying to break their door down. They don't know it's the police, usually.
Yeah, because they're not expecting that.
Yeah.
In the slightest.
And guess what's going to happen? Somebody's going to die. More than likely, the person living there who owns the gun. That's just a matter of to it. See, it's culture. They want to control it as they use, it's just comics/video games, movies, etc. as a cover. Yeah. It's like, you're not allowed to have a disagreement. So if you disagree, you have to be moved out of the way. I see Lauren is part of the lawsuit. The stalker, she pulls on Twitter. I disagree a lot with SCW. Doesn't mean I want them swatted or doxxed. I just read/listen to what they say, swipe my screen, and move on with my life. Yeah, you see, that's the thing.
Exactly. That's because we're sane, normal people.
We're actually, and that's saying something for us, especially Piper, that we're the same normal. That we're the same normal human beings here. That we understand that.
Maybe normal wasn't the right term, but
logical.
Yeah.
Okay, but still. But yes, we have emotions. You can have a spirited debate. You can get angry, you can get sad, you can whatever. That doesn't mean that I want somebody dead.
Yeah, that's where it goes like ridiculous.
I mean, it's
getting... And I have to say this again. Fucking comic books.
Yeah.
Comic books are cool and all, and I want to make some, and it's great storytelling and all that good stuff. But it's still freaking... It's like killing each other over video games. It's a fucking... Dude, it's a hobby. It's a... What the fuck?
Yep. So we don't want to control bully. We just wanted to play video games. Why did you make me do this? Nazi Pepe.jpg. I mean, that's the thing. Nice little meme there, but it was still, that's true.
Yeah.
So, hello.
Hi, gang.
It's about time you showed up. I'll be back.
Sorry about that.
I'll be back in 20 minutes. And then...
I had to give Burger King a chance to fuck up my dinner one more time.
Let's see. My voice chat is going to shit. What's going on here?
Oh no.
I mean, everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then don't worry about it. So I'm guessing you were listening and you were keeping up.
Yep.
So, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I think you're absolutely right that these people are warped and are trying to eliminate their perceived enemies, and that they are so far gone that they no longer see them as people. Therefore, stuff like this is okay.
Yep. It's... the term crossing the Rubicon?
Yeah.
That's where, I think that's, if I remember correctly, that's when Caesar, when he, was it the Gauls? When he conquered Gaul? I can't remember. Cab would know, but he's, he'll probably say it in the chat. It's like, never use your real name online unless you're trying to sell yourself as a personality or entertainment figure. Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean,
yeah, if you don't need to, don't.
And sometimes you have to. I mean, I had to recently, but that's a different subject.
What does it mean? Irrevocably commit to a course of action, make a fateful and final decision.
What crossing the Rubicon?
Once he submitted his resignation, he had crossed the Rubicon.
Roman Civil War. Caesar crossed the river into Rome proper with his troops, which is a big no-no. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying. They've crossed the Rubicon. Yeah. And that's scary. I'm going to put, anybody in this situation who's not afraid are fooling themselves. And I'm not saying being afraid and having fear are kind of two different things, right? You can be afraid something might happen, but you don't have to live in fear. I know it doesn't make any sense, but
yeah.
See, that's the whole thing about it, man. It's so... I had thought about it all weekend. I was like, what would I say? What do I want to say? What do I want to say about this? What can I say that I haven't already said?
Yeah.
I could say a million times, hey guys, dial it down. This is getting too much. But once you have crossed a line, you can't go back.
Yeah.
I don't want people dead. I want people to leave me alone. That's all I want. I think that's what anybody wants. Gas the swatters. I mean, I'm not going to endorse that, but but go ahead, Xavier. You were going to say something?
My mic's all fucked up.
Oh.
Oh.
Your mic's fucking up. Cab's headset fell apart. It's one of those days, man. I swear.
It is a Monday.
So,
There we go. Do it sound better now?
Yeah. People's Equipment has a case of the Mondays.
Yeah.
Just another manic Monday.
Oh, Jesus. Now we're going to get DMCA'd. There's a couple of people I would might if they caught in a drone strike. I'm gonna say wouldn't. I'm gonna guess he meant wouldn't mind if they caught a drone strike. Just get some Taco Bell and seal the doors. I mean, yeah, you can seal the doors, but you know they'll just call SWAT on you and break the fucking doors down. You know what I mean? It's just. So what do you do in this situation, right? Because like I said, I thought about it all weekend. What can I say? What can I say that hasn't already been said? Hey guys, be calm. Hey guys, I can't say hey guys, be calm. I'm talking to the people who are calm.
Yeah.
Right? I can't preach to the choir anymore. These guys are going to heaven. They're already good. God gathered them up already. He's taking them home. I don't need to preach to them no more. They're not doing this bullshit.
I know I feel like I got a lot of it out of my system with the Peter Simeti one.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just, increasingly upset and pissed that it's still going and it's escalating.
Yeah.
But my opinions on the whole thing, I pretty much blurted out a whole bunch already.
Yeah.
The issue we have to deal with here is the possibility that this becomes the new normal. And that's when things are, beyond bad.
Well, they want people to be scared to basically stream at this point, to be associated with Comicsgate while streaming.
Yep.
And I think all they've really managed to do is they've put everyone on alert. Thankfully, nobody's been hurt. But now everybody that runs a stream is contacting their local PDs to let them know that, hey, this could be a thing that happens. Keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when Ethan called his local PD, they basically told him they have to respond, right? But they would, in a situation like that, they would call him first and say, we're outside. You come outside.
Yeah, that's good.
Come out, and we won't kick down your door.
Right, and he come, then the person would come outside. Then they would go through the house to make sure everything's fine and nobody's been murdered.
Yeah,
and it's depressing, right? It's pretty depressing.
Yeah.
Now, and the question, okay, I'm going to go a little bit out in right field here. Let's say it's a win-win for them. Either they scare off people who don't like it, or if someone gets hurt over it, they can turn around and say, oh, we need to police speech now. It's getting so bad. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
think what they fail to realize is that the only real way to deter this is something they don't want. They completely get rid of Skype phones, online phones, burner phones, and just make it so that if you are on a phone, there is always some sort of identifiable way to track you down, and there's a recording of what you're saying and doing. And you don't want that.
Nope.
But you are making it necessary.
I don't.
Yeah, this is technically terrorism, and they're using the SWAT team to do it.
Yeah, it's like I think Cab said it last week. And Cab, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's essentially that they want us dead or out of the way, right? And they want us dead, but they can't do that legally, right? They can't just come, roll up on us and blow our brains out, right? Because we live in a nation of law. For a
little while longer.
Yeah, for a bit longer. It's like you said, dead or under their control, right? That's the key.
Yeah.
Because if you believe like I believe, God forbid, I believe that, you should have the freedom to say what you want. You shouldn't have to be hamstrung into doing what other people want you to do. Yet you can, live your life and not have to be enforced upon by somebody else. God forbid that. But they would kneel me down and blow my brains out. Let's be perfectly honest on that.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's no more beating around the bush about this bullshit, right? I'm not going to pretend that this is not what they want.
Well, they know what they're doing because swatting has already resulted in innocent people getting flat out killed before. So they know exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
It's the ideology that's so ingrained. It's a religion, and they've got to eliminate the heretics.
Yep. They have been taught, a lot of these people, since they were kids, that people like us are bad. Right? Hey, Mr. Boyette, it's good to see you, sir. And
oh shoot!
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, we hope you're doing well, sir. We were just talking about you.
Hello.
But yeah, we were just going over your situation, and essentially what we've been saying is that there has been, it seems to be, and I hope to God I'm wrong, that there has been an escalation, and that is, like I said, you're getting to the point where they want to intimidate you. And if, for example, if something, God forbid, something had happened to you and your wife, they wouldn't have cared. I can guarantee you some of those folks would have said good. And that's sad. That's so sad. It's terrible.
Dude, it's the Crusades, you guys.
It's essentially a reverse. Yeah, it's like a reverse crusade. Yeah, yeah. Your shirt was great, by the way, dude.
Yeah.
The only thing
I dug it.
My mod. Well, he would usually be here, but Cab said that you should. Cab said you should have just put a MAGA hat on to complete the outfit, and I said just you should have put a Gamergate on the back of your shirt. That way you could have like hit all the angles.
The ultimate boogeyman.
Yeah, the ultimate boogeyman. Here's the new proto-Klansman. Let's see. Caleb says, I can't believe Cab got bullied by his own headset. Crusades are too cool for the SJWs, though. I mean, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well, they're doing it in a really pussified way. I just don't know what to equate. That's the first thing that popped in my head to equate it to, though, is, you know, they think it's perfectly morally right to do this to people.
Right. And yeah, that's what I was saying. I relayed that earlier. You had no issues during the convention, right, Edward? You said everybody was nice and nobody. You might have got some looks, but that was probably about it. Yeah. They probably asked, "What's that guy? Who's that guy cosplaying as?" Like, he sounds like Sam Elliott. Is he being Sam Elliott?
He could be if he wanted to.
It's true.
But I think that one thing we do have to think about is this. This is kind of like a desperation tactic. They've thrown everything at Comicsgate. They've done articles. They've had some condemnation of various members of the industry. And yet the books are still selling. The Indiegogos are still doing well. Channels are getting more and more popular and becoming more and more influential. This is kind of like a Hail Mary attempt. This is, we got nothing left.
We're not going to shut these people down, you know, so.
And this comes shortly after Ren, like, totally destroyed herself on a stream.
Ren
is when they started doing this, when Ren made a complete fool of herself on stream.
I noticed, like I said, I just try to keep her precursorily. I don't care about her that much, right? But there's been some signs of going off the deep end there.
Yeah. Well, that's.
I am not saying, I'm going to make this perfectly clear. I am not saying she had anything to do with this. Okay? I'm saying that very, very loudly. I don't believe that she had anything to do with this. Do I think that some of her rhetoric has fomented this? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because there comes a time when, like I said, when the Rubicon is crossed, when Caesar marches his, and I'm not talking about Ethan Caesar. I'm talking about, other Caesar. Once you cross the Rubicon, there's no going back. And Spork's in the chat. Hey, Spork.
Spork.
I hope the cats. I hope Taco's watching.
Yeah.
By the way, Evan, I also sent you a DM. I hope you appreciated
it. Everybody's sliding in your DMs, man.
Yeah.
Do you think Spork will let us put Taco on a shirt?
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Hey, Spork, can we put Taco on a short and sell it? And
Whoa. Yay! Taco's watching.
Yeah.
Yay. Now it's a show.
It's like, this is their last ditch effort. They tried deplatforming. Nope. They tried calling it a scam. Didn't work. They tried harassing and name calling. Nope. Everything has failed. This is all they have. Yeah. And like I said, we're using the nebulous they, but like I said, there's a time to dial. It's time to take that dial. It was a time to take that dial and dial it way back down.
Oh, the only reason I even mentioned Ren was because it was that stream that really destroyed her credibility, and she started losing momentum herself.
She came off as an absolute moron.
Yeah.
I mean, like somebody said, like most people says I felt sorry for her. I remember what War Campaign says. I was like, that's like, they said, I thought I was dealing with a worthy opponent, and I ended up with and I ended up like a child, Tweeted out your channel and just wanted to pop by and say hello. Thank you all. Aww. Yes, Edwin, thank you. Thank you for tweeting that out. We appreciate you. I love you. I love your content, brother, and I love your voice. Like quite literally, love your voice.
Let's do a show together sometime.
Yes, if you want to pop in, absolutely. I would love to talk to you because you are I think you're a good fellow, good man. So anytime you want to come by, anytime. Pinhead Larry and
Yeah, that's the main reason I bring her up is because everybody, it seemed like the crazy collective in general seemed to decide they needed to step up their game at that point.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a lot of egg on their face the last couple of weeks. They've taken some black eyes, and it's really hurt them bad. Actually, the Mark Wade case going forward really hurt them bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people stopped talking and started shutting the hell up as soon as that started going forward and didn't get dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like when your main voice of your main voice of opposition turns out to be a blubbering buffoon.
When you're 68th most influential person in comics.
And when you, as I said,
just a nutcase.
As I've stated, when you got me of all people defending Diamond Distributors.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I did an entire stream about how Diamond is basically the mafia. And you've got me defending them because you don't know how stuff works. And yet somehow Rich Johnston puts you on a freaking list of the 100 most influential people in comics.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
That was a horrible idea. They should have Edwin host the Twilight Zone 2019. Jordan Peele is alright, but doesn't have the suave charisma.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rena's been purging tweets like a bulimic at Miss. Oh yeah. See, I knew that was gonna come. Honestly, I knew that.
Well,
yeah, that was another thing
yeah.
that came. I thought that was hilarious, and like I said, well, that'll help to segue into this next topic. Ethan deleted his Twitter for 8 minutes because he said, "I'm going to see what happens, see if anybody notices." Right? One person noticed.
Was it?
Renfamous. She literally had almost like, I guess she had like a stroke like Euphoria. Was like, guys, Ethan Van Sciver's Twitter account's gone. He only did it for 8 minutes.
Oh my god! I didn't even.
Nobody noticed. Nobody else noticed. She got to the point where she was figuring out when he was awake and when he was sleeping.
Dude.
This
Dude, I mean, I knew she was obsessed, and there was the stalker angle and stuff. I did not know it was that bad. Oh,
you know, they're setting up Google alerts for shit, but god damn.
yeah, Jesus, what the fuck?
She actually like figured out to the T when he would, when he would go to bed, because for these 6 to 8 hours he wouldn't tweet, so that's obviously when he's sleeping, you know. And then when he started tweeting again, that obviously didn't. She had figured that shit out. So Ethan like changed things around one day and like went to bed at an early, different time, and like it screwed her whole thing up.
Oh my god!
The fact that
what
he figured
the
that
fuck?
out and started playing her like that, he might be able to use that in that stalking angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had her reaching completion. Oh my god, it's in my head. Lauren has pages of tweets, stuff that makes her look bad. I guess you say Ethan has her Ren grossed.
Wow.
She is Renthralled.
Wow.
Renthralled.
Wow. Wow.
I honestly believe Ren wants EVS's Frogman dong.
Renamored.
She needs help, but now it's kind of.
Hold on, I'm
late,
grabbing
I
my thesaurus.
I need more EN words. Would you say that she was Rengaged with the situation?
Oh god. Jesus. God damn it. Dude, that's nuts. Yeah, cyber stalking is a thing. Like, so he should be able to get her for that.
Yeah, like I said.
And then somebody said that lawyers can still get. What is it? I can't find it. Lawyers can still obtain deleted tweets, though, is what I saw. I just gotta find it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
I think they got to subpoena Twitter.
They can, but yeah, they're never. The thing is, none of it is ever really deleted.
Yeah. Well, nothing's really deleted from the internet. Everything's there forever somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you tweeted a threat against somebody or a specific location, a bunch of people freaked out, but you deleted the tweet and you tried to say, "I don't know what they're talking about, officer. They're crazy." The tweet still exists. You're still an asshole, and you're still going down.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm not gonna tell people not to archive these tweets when you see them.
Yeah, because it's way easier.
And I press upon everybody to archive, not just screenshot.
Archive before you retweet. Archive before you go, "Hey guys, look at this."
Mm-hmm. Because as soon in the time it takes you to say, "Hey guys, look at this," they can be gone.
Yeah.
Let's see. When you ship a terrorist off a black site, it's called a rendition.
She found herself ensnared.
Let's see.
I still like mine. Rentarded.
Yeah, that's like, and Rentard was Spike's names for her. Okay, so let's see. What does Ethan Van Sciver think about this? Well, Ethan Van Sciver says he now will seek legal recourse against Anti-Comics Gate.
Oh, you cracked up really hardcore there.
Hopefully they heard it.
I don't even know what you were trying to say, so.
I read the.
Oh.
I read the title.
That's
She's
good.
gonna need a rendezvous with her legal counsel.
Rencel, someone who can't have sex due to seeing a picture. Remember that stream where she was like, they just spent 2 hours making fun of attacking my looks in my family. Well, this time she can actually say with honesty that they spent like 10 minutes making fun of my name.
Yeah. That's another thing. She says, she goes out of her way to say that she has been, quote, doxxed. Right?
Yeah, I was seeing that. Because
she keeps saying they have my address.
Know her name? Oh, okay.
By the way, the email I was asking Edwin about a load of archive links to a tweet of anti-CG calling Edwin a Nazi. See, that's the thing. Yeah, they kept calling Edwin a Nazi and a white supremacist and an alt-righter for a long time. And Ren will do this little game. Well, point to where I called him a Nazi. I'm like, you've been implying that he's a white supremacist and an alt-righter. That's basically calling him a Nazi in this day and age.
Yeah. It's still inciting other people to flat out say it for you.
Right. Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if she ever flat out said it herself and then deleted it, because pull that up and be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Didn't she share the name and business of one of Zach's donators? What's really funny.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, and that was actual private information.
She keeps saying that I've been doxxed and they have my address. I have not found any proof of somebody sharing her address. People know her real name. You know why they know her real name? Because the idiot puts her real name on her accounts.
Yeah.
I believe they found her real name from her Pinterest.
Well,
so if you put it out there, guess what? My real name is out there right now. You could go to my profile and, click on the pinned tweet, and there's my real name in the thing. Insane is when you keep tweeting the same crap and expecting different results.
Insane.
Insane in the Ren brain.
Bless it.
God damn it.
It's about to get a whole lot more 90s up in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, never go full Rentard. I think Rentard and now Rensane, those are going to be my favorite.
She likes a lot of tweets of others calling him a Nazi. Got screen caps of that. Huh. Would you mind sending those to @graded.5 on Twitter? I would like to see those. I would like to see
Send
those.
archives.
Yeah, if you got archives, that would be great. But I will take the screenshots if not.
See, my thing is, if your information is publicly available, then I don't see how that's doxing, because it was already there for everybody.
If it's hard to find, like if you got to track down somebody's who is from stuff they did like 10 years ago, maybe.
Here we go. Spork on the case. Nope, she shared an Amazon screen in May with her real name and area code. She doxed herself.
Oh, she's gonna call everybody else the doxers. Well, yeah, if you have to dig for it and put effort into it, then that's a little different.
I mean, if you're going like finding, it's like, okay, geolocation says they're in Texas, so if I narrow it down to that, and start doing stuff like that, that's
creepy,
that's actual,
and that's doxing.
That's actual doxing. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people dox where they actually put out people's like floor plans for their homes and shit like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's above and beyond. But if it's something like
send all nudes to @soulofcab.
All your dick pics too. He loves those.
Well, I'm assuming these are guys who are going to send the.
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
I'm expecting any minute to be a damn dog from Cab on the chat. Expecting any minute.
Maybe tomorrow I'll be like, "Did you guys do something?" Some naked girls started sending me pictures of themselves, and I'm like, "What the hell am I supposed to do with these?"
Well, do what comes natural.
Start sending them judges about their looks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have a screen cap of her post. Send that to @graded.5.
Wow.
Nice. I'm at the point, are we at the point of salt the earth? You know what I mean? Like, the whole point, like, there's a, what's the term they use? The point of going to war is make sure your opponent can no longer wage war.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the word.
Yeah, but you know the actual Reinflate is when you turn into a blue-haired land whale within 12 months. Thank you. I'll check those out later. Sorry, that was so funny. Yeah, natural cab. Yeah, it's true. Whatever was I thinking? So, sorry. I needed to laugh, guys. I appreciate it. I really needed to laugh after all this crap. But yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, that'd be like Xavier. And I'm saying he's ever done this or anything like that. He goes like, hey, look at the front of my house. And he includes his, like, the house number, the actual street name that's like right on the corner, and everything else, and wonders, how did I get doxxed?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Which one of you assholes sending me 1 million pizzas?
I'll be honest with you. If all the worst people going to do is send me a pizza, I'll put my address out right now.
Right?
You're just making sure it's good pizza.
Yeah. Give me sure it's good pizza. I mean, and honestly, there's only one that delivers, and that's like one Domino's is close to here. I mean, just don't put pineapple. Just don't put pineapple on it, and I'll be fine. I don't care.
See, now that's what would happen. It'd be nothing but
that's true.
Pineapple pizzas.
I was on Comic Girl Ava's in her chat yesterday because they were celebrating their 1,000 subs and everything. And they started talking about pizza, and she said that she liked pizza, kind of like, greasy, floppy, good, good gooey pizza, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean, it'll kill me now, and my doctors will too, but it don't matter.
I'll quit confiscating Teen Comics. Ren, pigs fly. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I added rating 0.5 with the Ren proof of docs. Okay, cool. Appreciate that.
By the way, I apparently got a new subscriber from here. Thank you, Garrett.
Senor Dead Guy says, what if we send you a bunch of pizzas, but they're all pineapple pizzas from Little Caesars? Well, at least the cops can eat something, when they're waiting outside after I've been swatted.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know who you pissed off, but could you piss them off a little more? Maybe we can get him to send some coke with the next one.
Yeah. You'd wash this down. Officer. I'm a little parched.
Yes, officer.
But no. Anyway, the story goes, and like I said, and he said he liked thin crust, like crunchy, and I said in the chat, I said, when did John become a communist? And see, the thing is, he has a channel called Comic Book John. I said, Comic Book John, more like Commie Book John. And then I said, okay, I got a very important question for both of you. Now realize, if you answer incorrectly, that I will DMCA both your channels. And I said, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? And they both went no. And I said, good.
Your channels live another day.
Yeah.
And then I had to tell them the story of Pizzagate. By the way, guys, in case you don't know, Pizzagate didn't start out as a crazy alt-right
conspiracy theory
about comic ping pong in Washington, D.C. being a front for a child sex ring. It originally started because people in Gamergate were having an argument about should pineapple belong on pizza, and it trended worldwide for a whole night.
Yeah, you know how confusing that made that hashtag later, though?
Yeah. Because if you go look at the origin,
I thought it was about pineapple pizza, and I was looking at it, and I was like, what the fuck?
When did they start talking about child trafficking? What the hell's going on?
We see putting pineapple on pizza. Shit. That's code words for diddling.
Yeah, I'm like, man, that's a little extreme, dude. Like, shit. I mean, I know people that like pineapple on pizza are degenerate, but damn.
But I think Piper, you were around for that, the pineapple pizza war.
Yeah, because I remember that
there were friendships were lost. Friendships were lost that day. I am not kidding you. Yeah.
No lie though. Brianna Wu tried to make herself a victim of that.
Yeah, she said, "Isn't that where she said what is Pizzagate? Is it code for penis?"
No, she was saying that Pizzagate was like a Gamergate code for blah 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 that they're using to harass her and others. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, it's talk about pizza."
Going to listen to the Kevin Logan stream Ren was on. I think he deleted it. No, I think he kept that one up because he got rid of the Ethan one. That's what it was. Yeah, okay, that should still be up. You know, if you want, I could just download it and upload it onto to here.
Yeah, that way you don't have to give him.
Yeah. She sounds like she's on speed. Now, I'm going to tell a little story. When I'm not watching tool restorations, for some reason, that's the rabbit hole I've started on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool. We got story time with OptiDad.
Yeah. When I'm not doing that, I watch a couple of other channels about body language, right? Now, granted, it's a very iffy thing, but there are things you notice that are very apparent,
and they're generally universal.
Yeah,
humans.
When I looked at that, Ren does a lot of looking down. Ren does a lot of looking to the side, and Ren does a lot of staring at whatever she's looking at, which is hello, Rebel. Staring into whatever she's reading, because she's reading. You can tell she's reading something. They're like talking points and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
When she goes off script, she starts babbling.
Yeah, I noticed that if it takes her off of whatever it was she was reading, she wasn't sure how to handle it.
Yeah. Now, the key here is like when people look down or they look to the side, they don't want to look into the camera or look into your eyes. They're usually hiding something. That's another word for lying, by the way.
Well, also, there's supposed to be a telltale sign if they look up to the
That's like up and to the left.
Up and to the left, I think. Well, one is up and to the left, I think, was accessing memories, and up and to the right was making shit up.
Yeah,
up and to the
is
right.
Is it the other way around?
Yeah. Is it the other way around?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember which way it goes, but yeah, it's supposed to be one of those telltale
But looking down
signs.
is trying to think of a response that you should know immediately.
Yeah.
That'd be like, Piper, what did you eat for dinner? And you start looking down like,
Yeah, instead I'd be looking up into like up and to the left, I think, so I could be like, let me remember.
See, she sounds like she weighs. Now, Piper has issued an edict a couple weeks ago that we're not supposed to talk about people's appearances.
We break that fucking rule every day.
This is
I
true.
know.
We do that, yeah. Admit it, you just want them to... You watch them just to look at boobs. Well, I guess if you think I'm looking at body language to see how much of a liar James Comey is, that's... But
yeah, y'all would have to look it up, but yeah, up and to the left is one, and up and to the right is the other. One is actually trying to remember something for real, and one is trying to actually imagine and make up shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, however, that's only if you're not a trained liar or somebody that's just extremely quick on their feet.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, that would be the average person, and I guess criminal profilers and bullshit like that use... It's one of the body languages they look for. That's going to be talking to somebody that doesn't know that, basically.
Didn't watch the Kevin Logan stream after all. Watch Sweet Cat's video on her. Yeah, that's a good... Yeah, watch somebody else's
video.
It's the best way to do it.
Have more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Sweet Cat, he had some commentary on top of it too, so, yeah.
Don't give Kevin Logan your views. He'd only waste them.
Like I said, the funniest thing I remember was afterwards when War Campaign was talking about it, and they said, like, you realize we've been dealing with this person for 6 months, and we thought she was a worthy opponent? It's like, it's just sad. I mean, like Rose said it best. It's just sad. It's like I felt like now I feel like I'm like debating a child. I don't even want to deal with it anymore. I mean, it was literally like, you know, Daddy's first live stream. That's, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, we should talk about this.
Yeah, we should go to
If there's time.
the solution to.
Yeah. Ethan Van Sciver announces he will seek legal recourse against Anti-Comicsgate. Former DC Comics artist and cyberfraud creator Ethan Van Sciver announced he will seek a legal recourse against 2 Anti-Comicsgate, anti-EVS stalkers, and harassers on Twitter. I bet you I know who those 2 people are. Van Sciver Van Sciver notes he's not just doing it for himself, but for comic skaters as well. Today, and he's going through his tweets, today we discussed it and have decided to go ahead and make a legal issue out of a few of these anti-EVS stalkers and harassers on Twitter, 2 in particular. I want to do this for you, Comic Skate, not just me. You deserve it. Let's get rid of this Justice League video. Hey, Bounding, you want to get rid of this bullshit. He also asked his followers to join him.
Video.
Huh? Yeah. He also asked his followers to join him in his cause. He specifically wants his followers to screenshot everything that appears to be harassment, all evidence. Archive. Today is the day we discuss. Okay, we're extremely blessed, and every day I thank God for you, my subs, my fans, my followers, and my supporters. This is a big family, as I've said. I fight for my wife and kids, and I'll fight for you too. So join me in this cause. I humbly ask you to screenshot everything, archive, that appears to be harassment. All evidence. We've got tons already, but if you see it, snap a photo, archive it, and send it my way. Comicsgate wants to enjoy our own comics, our own company, our own community without being harassed by crazy people. Van Sciver notes that this legal action is being funded by Super Chats and by watching my videos. Van Sciver runs a popular YouTube channel, Comics Artist Pro Secrets. Dude, you got too many C's there. He has over 105,000 subscribers. He's just got like 100,000 like the other day, and he's already at 105. That's amazing.
What?
I wish I could get that kind of growth.
Right? I would love some traction.
That means he gets
here.
his play button, right?
Oh, yeah. I think you got to submit for the play button. But
that's cute.
I want him to, I told him, I said, only if you do a cry video. Only way that you need to get a play button is to do a cry video. If he needs more money, I'll ask you to GoFundMe. And that's pretty much, you deserve to be safe, not denigrated and marginalized on social media or the media itself. So do I. Grateful for them. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, he just said that. Van Sciver included thread thanking his followers and stating, let's end this abuse once and for all. And he says, thank you with all your heart. Thank you. Let's end this abuse once and for all. He does note that he will provide more details in the upcoming live stream that is scheduled for today. Oh, look who that handsome person is that he's quote tweeting there. That's wow. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure they're a wonderful, humble, beautiful
stand-up guy.
Stand-up guy, beautiful man. Yes, solution 6. Let me tell you about solution 6 in just a minute. Explain to you how crazy some folks can get. So yeah, he says, I'll ask if you tell them. We'll do a big live stream today and work out the best methods for collecting more data. And I begged him. I was like, Ethan, please tell people to use archive.is. It takes a real archive of tweets because, as they say, screenshots can be faked, but archives are real-time snapshots of stuff that as they stand. So even if they delete them, it's like you take a screenshot, I mean, they could delete it and say, I never said that. Yes, Twitter could recover it, with a what'd you call it earlier? I forgot.
What?
Subpoena, with a subpoena,
yeah.
you can recover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The lawyers can ask for deleted tweets.
But you make life a little easier and just grab an archive, right? I mean, even if you want to still show the screenshot, let me tell you a little secret that people did during Gamergate. They would take the screenshot and then also have the archive. And what they would do is they would post the archive link, or not, it was not actual link, but what they would do is they would put the archive link on the tweet of the screenshot. So that's why he's saying, hey, there is an archive of this as well. What are you laughing at now?
Blame senior dead guy.
Oh, let's see. Who did Ethan retweet? That he has a big penis and a lot of girlfriends. Optimus probably. Yeah. I heard that that guy that he quote tweeted has a billions of dollars and infinite girlfriends. Gonna get EVS to RT one of my lewd Piper drawings. By the way, guys.
Nice.
By the way, guys. As I said earlier, Cab's headset is borked right now. He apparently he did something. I don't know. Probably stuck his dick in it.
I was gonna say he was putting it in his butt again, but that's good too.
You think Cab likes the back hole stimulation going on there? That's they got. I gotta ask that because they call it Heather once said they call it for a woman they call it the front hole and the back hole, and of course the top is the top hole or whatever.
Why?
I don't know,
but they do that. I mean, I've seen it, and I'm just like the child
because they're children. They're literally babies, right?
That is true. I guess.
But for a man, do you call it the front pole?
The front pole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever, baby. But no, if anybody has a suggestion for Cab to get a new headset, and I think his what did he say was about $30, maybe a little bit over $30. Rinse is also having an overly enlarged head. She's got swatter on the brain. Join the stream to hear put your ticket. Oh no! How will I ever recover? Considering this is a good Christian stream. I shouldn't joke. I am a Christian.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Damn dog.
Why don't you just dunk on him for believing in the magical sky man in the clouds?
I mean, I'm not. It's whatever, man. It's not like I dress up.
I'm fucking with you.
It's not like I dress up like a werewolf or anything, and
right?
Don't do weird shit.
It rings. That's just God's tears. No, that's God pissing on your dumbass head.
Oh.
But if I can finish my thought, if anybody knows,
because you'll never recover.
This is true. If anybody knows a good headset microphone combination, knows of a good headset microphone combination that Cab could possibly get a hold of, please. I know, I saw it too. Please at Soul SOUL of Cab on Twitter and let him know. Her hair is probably horrendous. Yeah.
Oh my god! I need to just not look at the chat.
Mm-hmm. EVS will be our Beowulf. EVS will be our Beowulf. He will slay the Rendell.
Oh shit!
Yes. This is what I need. Do you remember that CG movie Beowulf?
Yeah.
There's a scene in that movie where Beowulf is swimming across the ocean and fights a sea worm.
Mm-hmm.
It eats him, and he just randomly explodes out of this monster's eye, shouting his own name, and it's amazing. We need to put Ethan's head on that shot.
Yes.
Man, that movie was fucking weird.
He just explodes out of a monster's eye, just like comic books!
Woo!
Also, tell the ladies to send me titty pics and DMs. Thank you. Okay, guys, send Cab dick pics and DMs, okay?
As everyone knows, titty is code word for penis.
Yes. Why do I hang out with you people? I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, I'm turning 40 in June. I'm gonna look on that day and I'm gonna look back at my life and was like, where did I go wrong? I mean,
you got on Twitter. That's
that's
what happened.
But wait. No, seriously, if you got, and also Cab said that if you do, that he would be willing to, for money, he would be willing to draw something. Apparently, he was willing to draw Piper on the toilet. So
no, it was Turlet.
Turlet, yeah. Paul, he says in our Discord, he says, going to raffle off a drawing of Piper on the toilet for $40.
on eternity.
Send him dick pics and pictures of your balls. Go full dankula.
Give him the full goat.
Yeah. I don't think Cav, you're talking about me recovering. He's never recovered from this. He's not even here. He's not even here to defend himself, and he's. All right, where was I?
We were going to talk about.
Oh yeah, so he does not name 2 individuals legal course against. I think we kind of know who's going to be. He has found.
He was so nice.
Yeah, he also quote tweeted to Piper today too, or way early this morning.
Yeah,
and I thought that was sweet.
Yeah, I didn't even think he was.
You got a link to that because I want to pull that up.
Oh yeah, I can find it again.
Yeah,
it made me feel all warm and fuzzy.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's scroll down to the thing. People shouldn't have to worry about cops busting their doors down. This is true. Yeah, this is kind of. I think Ethan is just tired of it. Like after, Samedi. He was mad about that, but when it happened to somebody and you're friends with, it's like, wait a minute,
Now it's on.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that this is the
going to be what it
way
takes
to go about things, and it's going to be what it takes.
This is what it's going to take.
Because here's my thoughts. They're finally going to learn that when you mess with people that can afford.
Show my response to that quote tweet. I will do that, Cam, as soon as I get it. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. It was heartwarming, too. But
hey, I even said something nice about you. I'm allowed to.
You're gonna realize,
I'm allowed to once a year. Yeah,
it was all hard. It all give me the good feels earlier. Yeah,
but anyway, you were saying.
Oh yeah, that they're gonna realize that the shit they are doing is shit that's actually illegal, that they can get sued for. Other people are going to see them being drugged through court, and if you have the money for it, even if you don't win money back, they're still losing money. And everybody is going to get to see, hey, wow, that person's actually been doing some scummy stuff.
Can I make a statement?
Like they're going to have to, and Joe Quesadilla is going to be associated with people that are being brought to court.
It's going to be interesting if they petition employment records.
Ooh, yeah. See who else gets brought in.
Or contracts. Things like that. Maybe they might want to see PayPal payments to and from. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting what they could get a hold of especially during discovery and things like that, and when they start doing subpoenas and whatnot. Trying to think how I want to say this. Yeah, if someone gets a taste for real consequences, the rest might smarten up. That's the thing.
That's what I'm hoping is that, and it's not even a scare tactic. It's legal. They're not swatting. They're freaking saying, you know what, this is slander, and you're going to own up to it.
Literally, and this is just me. I would, what I would sue them, how much money I would sue them for? $1.
All of them.
$1. You know why I would just for $1? It's the principle of the matter. Because I wanted it shown on a court of law on record that this person was found to be a harasser.
Because you think about this, Mark Wade or whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That whole lawsuit thing might be going on forever, and that's all well and good.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely, like a lot of the pros, settled the hell down a bit, and plenty of them stepped away from Wade and was like, yeah, you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah. There's still some who want to take up his banner, but...
Yeah. But plenty were like, oh, yeah, I guess we shouldn't do that shit anymore. For the most part.
Yeah, the swatting.
And so now you get some of these serial harassers, and whoever is... people will finally, their eyes will be opened to, who is these cheering these people on doing this illegal shit?
Yep.
And it'll be proof too. Wow, the stuff they're saying is can't be backed up with anything, because they're gonna have to back it up in order to not be sued for defamation, basically. But one thing I do really appreciate is that people like Ethan, and maybe even more people, can do this. That helps the people like me that can't afford lawyers and stuff.
Yep.
Because if they get got by somebody that can afford a lawyer, then if they're at least some couple of brain cells in there, they won't do it to people in general anymore.
Yeah.
If they're smart.
Like I said, and like somebody just said, swatting is much more than harassment. Yeah, that's true.
Well, see, that's another thing, though. They get brought up in court because people are getting swatted. They're getting swatted because of
incitement.
Stuff that's, people are inciting the violence. People are defaming others to trying to convince everybody that they're like these evil people that they're not.
Yeah, like I said, when we have a precedent where people will say it's okay to punch Nazis, right? And then you call people Nazis. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So I got my copy of Jawbreakers last week. Well, I'm glad. Jawbreakers was like it was a fun.
It was
looked like a fun little book. See, some other ones are going out now. Now the question is I think the most important question here is if Ethan does his lawsuit, how will he ever finish Cyberfrog? Because nobody in the world can multitask according to these idiots.
I'd love to see footage of Ethan at his table, where they're it's lawyers making statements and he's got a page there.
And he's just drawing
Cyberfrog. Would you care to make a statement about that? Just a minute.
Yeah. Finishing up some line work here.
Yeah.
Right.
The worst thing.
And he's streaming at the same time.
Yeah, he's streaming the proceedings.
Just a moment, Judge. I have to read this super chat. Darkman Mitch Edgeface, thank you for $2. He says, Ethan, what do you think about the space noise? Do they deserve the right to self-govern? Hashtag freedom for Xeon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That'd be fun. I remember when we had Tug on, and he made a comment. He said that because I was joking about him when he had his appendix removed, and then like the next day he was streaming, and and he said if I could have, I would have streamed in surgery. That'd be fun. All right.
Hey there, I'm being stitched up right now.
They're finishing up the procedure right now, and we got
Rend game.
I got graveyard shift earlier today. Oh wow, yeah. Like I said, the good stuff's coming now. Marvel's new movies about a team of heroes, including a blonde god, an ex-marine, who band together to finally defeat a hateful, murderous, and malicious behemoth. It's called Rend the Game.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Ethan gets the court reporter to do some fan art. Oh man,
this is a drawn and quartered, Ethan, but their drawing is so good.
Yeah, that's the thing. I got Jawbreakers. We couldn't get graveyard shift. I had a lot of bills to pay, brother. I know. I am in that situation right now. There is so much stuff I wanted so badly.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
The one I really wanted to get a hold of was Bigfoot Bill, and I really, really wanted to get a hold of that. But unfortunately, of course, now the campaign's closed, and unfortunately, I still don't have the money to do that.
There's a lot that I'm gonna have to wait and hope that they hit like
another run or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I could just outright. I'm pretty sure that eventually they're just gonna flat out on sale. Might not get perks, but if I can just buy it.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend everybody keep their ears to the ground, because there might be some stuff coming down the pipe from us.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to say. Because let's look at it this way. like I said, we've talked about that stuff. So let's think about something for a minute. There's two ways to go about what is going on. Which one thing is what Ethan's doing, which I applaud. Right? I think it's time. The only way you're going to beat people to stop is when they realize there are consequences. Yeah. The actual swatter will get caught, and they will go to jail, probably for a long, long time. Right? I'll put this tweet up while I'm talking. But that doesn't cure the problem now, does it? I mean, because the problem is the people who are inciting it. And that's what these lawsuits are about. It's basically saying, you know, they like to, remember how they like to say, yes, you have freedom of speech, but not freedom for consequences? Well, guess what? Here are the consequences.
Exactly.
Here are the consequences. When you push, and like I said, there's two things. Like I said one thing. The other thing is, I thought about this all weekend, and the only thing I could think of, and I think the three of us agree, do not let them take your joy. Right? We talked about, I'm going to go ahead and announce it. I mean, if you're okay with that, Xavier, I'm going to go ahead and announce our project tonight.
Okay.
We have a script down for a comic book. It will be called Midnight Cowboy. It is about I'm sorry, I giggle every time I talk about it because it's so insane. It is about a highly advanced super artificial intelligence that is installed on a submarine in the 80s, and wacky adventures ensue. And I wouldn't say wacky, but go ahead.
They're pretty wacky.
Yeah.
The submarine is actually a diesel sub from the 1950s.
Mm-hmm. And he's also suicidal.
He is not happy about being a sub at all.
Yeah. Because he is called the, what does the acronym stand for?
His name is Carl. Mm-hmm. It stands for Kinetic All-Terrain Reconnaissance Land Vehicle.
Yep. Are you seeing the key word there? Land. A land vehicle AI that was installed inside of a submarine. What could go wrong? The fact that it somehow made the AI suicidal.
And they partnered him up with somebody so dumb only a mother could love him.
Yep. We've basically, how do you describe him? He's basically George W. Bush, but slightly more intelligent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And got some more, and a little bit more charming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I bet when Marvel's hired Vince Smith, she's going to fuck up all of its comics, and even the name X-Men will go after her, the Uncanny X-Men. But yeah. Also announcing it on stream, that way nobody can actually steal our idea. You know, because now that I've announced it, that's basically putting a date on it. So.
OC, nobody steal, please.
Yeah. I'm gonna put.
My OC, do not no steal, please.
Yeah, OC, do not steal. You know, that reminds. During Gamergate, there was this individual. In fact, he's still around. He just goes by a different name. His name was Press Fart to Continue.
Oh yeah. And
he had a reputation. People during Gamergate did a lot of digging, right? You know, and trying to find information, and he would sometimes take that information and put it out into the world. A lot of times prematurely. You know, before it was ready to be shared. Because you're still gathering. And the thing is, if you share it too early, that means you might actually accidentally shut down a connection.
Yeah.
Right? And so people started to the point where they were telling him, you know, you need to stop doing that. And eventually people started watermarking their information.
Damn.
And I knew one person who actually put as their watermark, and it said, my OC, please fart, do not steal.
He's a lot better now, though.
Yeah, apparently he hit his head and got better. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of weird.
So yeah, Flintstones episode: bowling ball to the head, new persona.
The dab
like he goes about it really well now, and it's pretty useful.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, let's look at here's Ethan's tweet that he said to Piper earlier. It's like, that's horrible but tickle and unsurprising, Piper. I will be your advocate, okay? I promise you. And this was you saying, if you ever need any backup voices, Ren slandered and harassed me, sent her followers after me, including Tim Doyle, all mocking me for being a survivor of sexual violence, speaking out against pros enabling offenders in their ranks.
I tried to summarize it pretty good. But Tim Doyle name searched himself and got butt hurt, which is funny because he had me blocked.
Yep.
Unblocked me to express his butt hurt. And then I was like, hey, remember when you did that? And then he reblocked me. I think he remembered.
I think Tim's a little mad that I made an NPC meme of him. I think he got a little upset about that. And then of course I said, Piper is a good friend of mine and my co-host. She got the brunt of the swarm, but didn't back down. And then Cap said she's got nice cans too. So
I don't know, but like reading the but I will be your advocate or whatever.
Yeah, it makes you feel kind of.
I don't know why. Right? Yeah,
like,
I was like, that really solidified it for me that his goal isn't just to defend himself in court. His goal really is to set a precedent that you need to stop doing this to people.
Yep. Let's see here. Oh, somebody hopped in.
What was that?
Oh,
yes.
Daryl, you can say something. You don't have to mute yourself.
Oh no, I was going to bring up the stream, and I didn't want any background. Yeah.
Go ahead. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, not much.
I guess you've been listening in.
Yeah, man. I was listening on the Roku.
Okay, cool.
Thing.
So
yeah,
what you got some hot takes for us? You wanna?
Ren breakers, man.
No, I just had a long day. Watched that stream. Did you guys talk about the Ricada stream at all?
Oh yeah. Oh not really.
Oh yeah.
We talked about it offline.
Well,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I don't.
Oh yeah.
That Ethan is going to be taking some legal steps to remedy this shit because we've already had 2 people doxxed.
Mm-hmm. And not just doxxed.
One in the way.
Swatted, yeah.
Oh yeah, swatted, yeah.
Yep.
Funny that Lauren.
Yep.
Is that her name? Yeah. She's she's bitching on Twitter about people using her real name as if she hadn't done that to.
She's been doing Richard C. Meyer for almost a year now.
Yeah.
So
and not only that, but she doxed. So.
Yeah, she doxed him, and she doxed the lady who donated a bunch of money to his thing. Kind of thing.
And that was private information that took effort for her to get to.
Mm-hmm.
No, she doxed herself when she was sharing her, Amazon wish list and shit. So, no, she,
I need to stop looking at that. God damn it.
But it's about time. Is all I can say. I want to see where this goes, and I hope it sends a message.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
This is getting
nice because it's a non-violent one because we're not in.
Right. And that's the thing. Like maybe I don't know who doxed Edwin and Peter. I have no idea. Don't want to attribute to anybody until we have more information. But at the same time, come on.
It's like I said. I don't know if you heard me earlier. At this point, it's about. Yes, I want the person who actually did it to get caught and spend the rest of their life in jail because it's attempted murder and that they need to be put under the jail, in my opinion. But there has been a lot of incitement going on. There, you know what I mean? Like, it's just it gets. I'm
kind of like remember Wayne that incident when that guy being empowered by the Southern Poverty Law Center went and shot up that business because they put him on their.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
These people are doing. They're inciting violence, and it may not be somebody affiliated with the anti-CG, side or anything, but it's still you're painting a target on our backs by calling us Nazis and racists and shit when we're not, and you know exactly what you're doing. Attention, you know full well what you're doing.
Cab, send me the screenshot, and I'll be glad to.
I have no sympathy.
Oh, I don't either. Putting them before a judge in front of a jury, it's time.
Yep,
it's time. I mean, like I said, I said earlier, they talk about, you got freedom of speech, but you also have freedom of consequences. Well, like I said, here come consequences.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just go around and calling somebody a fucking alt-right Nazi, Klansman, blah 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 blah, and not get a fucking reaction. You know what I mean?
Right. And not only that, but like digging up people's personal information, Richard, and that actually led to all that shit on that private Facebook group where they're talking about, following them around and trying to incite violence at a convention and shit. So like, I don't know, and it's fucking comic books.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What didn't Mark Waid say? Bring him to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring me the head of bring me the head of Richard C. Meyer.
Bring me Peter Pan.
It's too bad that Richard isn't doing Ren for saying that he killed somebody in Charlottesville because he could.
Yeah, and
that
she
was
keeps pushing that shit.
So
and
disgusting.
she still sticks by her guns. Like
here's a guy who had actually live streamed during this thing. I mean, yeah, he knew that the thing was going on, but he stopped in Charlottesville to get a comic, and so his idea is okay, I'm going to go be funny, and I'm going to go give some of these white supremacists a Black Panther comic.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I don't think anybody wanted or expected that to happen. The young lady getting killed. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
to try to pin it on him is bullshit.
And here's the thing, though. In doing that, she's demonstrated that she doesn't actually care about the person. So she could sit there and say, and because you don't use a dead person for
for points.
Yeah.
And accusing him of this, she knows full well the shit she's going to bring down on him, and she's counting on it. They're all counting on it. I do not believe, just because a lot of us are boomers and shit, I'm not willing to extend that courtesy to these people, given what I've seen from them and shit. Like, they know exactly what they're doing. They know these are the same people, after all, who, when you respond to them, dogpiling and shit, so they know full well the magnitude of what they're doing and the potential, for it to go bad, and they're counting on it. And I think it's about time that somebody with the means like Ethan,
it's time to put them in their place. It's time to show them that you can't get away with just constantly defaming somebody, right?
Right.
I mean, it gets to a point where it's like, no, that's enough.
Yeah, and if they find out that they actually are being paid by like Joe or shit like that, oh man, that's a whole new cool can of worms.
I'm like looking at my YouTube on my phone, and every time I pull up the thumbnail, I think, oh wait, man, Ethan's streaming. I was like, oh wait, that's our thumbnail. That's
yeah. You're like, I better ditch the stream to go see what he's doing.
Yeah. The thing is, the image, I had to crop the image because it was from a stream, so I had to crop out the people in it, but the original image here was like a picture of Ethan's desk, and he had a Monster Zero Ultra. And so I said, guys, Ethan is a boomer. He's living the good life over here.
Now that we've had two swattings, it is about time that this needs to happen, because
it's time to
maybe.
Yeah. It's time to fight and through legal recourse, which I know they don't like. You know, like Cab said, they either want you dead or under their control.
They should have appreciated it when they were allowed to run their mouths unfiltered and everybody just told them to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's gotten to this point.
It's gotten
they
to
pushed
actual
it even farther, and now it does need to come back on
it's
them.
gotten to actual defamation.
Yeah. Well, it's been an actual defamation for a while, but now it's getting dangerous, and they are
dangerous
the whole
incitement.
group. Anybody that participates in that shit
because
is responsible in part for what's happening because of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Like the thing is, there is a there's a term. Yes, I believe in free speech. I would pretty much say I'm a free speech absolutist. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even go as far. Some people say you can't yell fire in a crowded place. Well, actually, you can. But doesn't mean you're not going to get consequences from it, right?
Yeah, it'd be a dick move.
The consequences basically come from incitement, not the act of.
The incitement. It's like because there is a thing about inciting a riot or inciting a mob. Those
because in that same room, you can just stand there and say fire because you feel like it.
Yeah,
it's not the same as screaming it. If you're yelling
like
it,
you
that
say,
loud,
everybody run like free because
then it's an intent to make something happen.
You're inciting, panic and shit. Yeah.
Kind of remember anybody seen Rush Hour 1?
Yeah.
Remember the part that's like, everybody, I had to let you know that we have a situation in the room and I need you all to exit in a orderly fashion. Everybody just stands around. What the hell y'all standing around for? Get shit, get out of here. No.
I liked them movies.
And for some reason he goes, titties, move those titties. I don't know why. It made no sense, but he just said, titties, move those titties.
It's a big old sausage fest in there, and he's still saying, move those titties.
Ooh, fat guy.
I think I hurt Mata's ears when I did that. He's like, what the fuck?
There was a movie where Chris Rock was running for president. And I guess he was at a White House dinner or something. And he started because the party was awful.
Yeah,
he kicked out the DJ and started doing it himself. And then the party started, livening up. And he started, getting on the ground like, getting them to cheer, getting them involved. And then he started going, the roof is on fire. And everybody fucking panicked and ran.
Oh yeah,
because these are
uptight people. They didn't realize that.
Yeah, they're all old white people.
What are you trying to say?
What's the matter, Wade? You're black.
I mean, no. I am. I'm a Dean Cain American, apparently. I don't know if you heard about that situation.
Oh, what? When somebody was going
somebody
and it was like, I'm Asian. Yeah.
Comicbook.com came out an article saying, it's time we had a person of color Superman, and they showed picture Michael B. Jordan, The Rock, and I forgot who the Chinese guy was, but and then Dean Cain says, "You guys are about 25 years too late for that, buddy."
Yeah. I saw that this morning. Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody asked him, I didn't know you were Mexican. He said Japanese, actually, but I can speak Mexican. Or I can speak Spanish, too. I'm sorry.
I liked his replies, too. Well, a lot of not taking anybody's shit.
Yeah. Listening to Hector Avalon debate a feminist, and her humor was boring as fuck. No punchlines or anything. This is the shit SJWs love and want. Unfunny crap. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they have no sense of humor. They have no, on the tweet where Piper was talking about, Jean-Luc was he made a comment too. And this is I've listened to some of this stream and I want to finish it. He says Ren also harassed Godners when she exposed SJW methods of turning young people into gender fluid advocates. And like I said, if you get a chance, go to Jean-Luc's channel and check that out. It's a really good stream. I want to finish it. But yeah, it's amazing what these people believe and what they're willing to push, right? and also in the belief that if you don't believe the way they do, well, you're obviously evil, right? And you deserve to either you either need to come around to my thinking or you need to die.
And the fucked up thing is, like, the subtlety and nuance doesn't occur to these people. That you can have. They see things in binary terms. It's either, or, the wrong way, and they don't understand that opinions are varied. And if that's you want to talk about spectrums, that's the spectrum. I can have an opinion that disagrees with you, but still be somewhere along the lines where maybe I agree with some of the things you're saying. But ultimately I don't think your conclusion is sound or something. And that doesn't, so they automatically assume, like you said, that if we're not with them, we're completely against them when in terms of like beliefs and shit. And that leads to this shit.
Yep.
And it's all about the ideology. It's not even really about the comic books anymore, or if it ever was. It's the fact that Comicsgate represents a large scale rejection of their political viewpoints and shit.
Yep.
You know how you know about the comic books? Because their shit doesn't sell, and despite the fact their shit doesn't sell, they keep pumping it out.
Yeah. Yep. That's the thing. There's a clear roadmap to, that they could follow to get their shit back together and start making sales again. But they're committed to this, and like with the books losing so much money, is it about the books or the ideology? And it seems to me,
it's the ideology. That's the ideology.
Yeah,
that's what I care about. I mean, hell, I was looking at I went and looked at the alleged spoilers for Captain Marvel today, and it's pretty much, if those spoilers hold up, it is as bad as we think it's going to be.
Basically, Green Lantern.
Send them my way if you got them handy, because
sure.
I'm kind of curious. Yeah,
like I watched somebody go over it, and it kind of reminds me of Green Lantern, which is what I was afraid of when I saw those trailers. It felt like Green Lantern.
Yep.
Jean-Luc is too French for my tastes.
Well,
okay,
he's just French, so I mean that's just that should be enough for everybody.
Right.
Oh shit. In all seriousness, Jean-Luc's a good dude. He's been on the show before. He's cool. Yeah. He's very he's a bit spicy, but I can see that, I've seen him like in recent weeks and stuff that he's trying. I wouldn't say he's not toning it down. He's still being, him. But he's also realizing like he's now a voice as well, because with running Indicron and stuff like that there's a thing about putting your best foot forward, right?
Right.
And like I said, that's kind of my thing when I said like you don't let them take your joy, don't let them change who you are. Don't become bitter because they want you out of the way. Take out of the way however you want,
Right.
But let's be honest. They if given the opportunity, they would steamroll right over you if they could, But the only thing you can do is do what Ethan's doing. Get them to the point where it's like, stop doing what you're doing. You're hurting people, right? And 2, keep doing what you're doing. Do the right thing, create good stuff, and put it out there. You know what I mean?
Archive everything.
And archive everything. Don't just screenshot it, for Christ's sake.
If you are not archiving, you are wrong.
Like Rincid, the smell of fermented flesh common to morbidly obese people who don't wash adequately between their skin flaps. God damn it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's been Jay Cephas has been coming up with some shit all night. Let's like Theodore Jessel wrote a story about a hateful beast who stole everyone's joy. It was called The Wrench Before Who Stole Christmas.
See, I was good to stop looking at the chat for a while. Or I would have been giggling too much.
Renfimus is a Texan since when? I mean, apparently they live in Texas, so I mean.
Oh God.
I mean, and like honestly, what she said here is a very racist take.
Oh shit! Somebody mentioned solution.
Yeah.
I know Tim Doyle is where I was born. That's his.
Sorry.
She said to, and this was to the Canales, who's he was the artist for what was it? Iron Sights, right?
I'm gonna kill this child.
And he does live in South America. And then she goes, I live in Texas, so I'll get paid the normal rate instead of, quote, country where people live in huts rate that Dickie pays his collaborators.
Not I love the assumptions there, the gross assumptions, and then the
Tim Doyle lives in Mordor.
Fucked up, man. Fucked up.
He's a giant freaky.
Oof.
Yeah. Hey, if Tim Doyle, you ever hear this, I'll repeat what I said in my video about you. Quit printing out copyrighted bullshit on your site, on your little printing press, you idiot.
Also, I think at this point, it's safe to say that if he name searches himself and immediately says that's an absolute lie or anything along those lines, it's probably true.
Yeah.
Like the time he was creeping in people's yards and saying he was playing Pokemon Go.
I mean, going out of way to say is that I'm not a Satan worshiper. I'm not going to molest your dog. I'm like, dude.
Hey,
dude.
What are you doing in my daughter's room, you asshole? There's a Jigglypuff. Hold on.
I'm just saying, I didn't know it was common to play Pokemon Go with your dick out.
Right? Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
Mordor is too. Wait a minute. Mordor is too high to scale for Tim Doyle. He lives in Detroit.
He lives in David Cage's Detroit.
Oh,
what was that I was watching earlier? And he was like, "Yeah, I know Detroit's become. I know they're living in like Mad Max times over in Detroit, but I forgot what that was. But
I mean, that's basically it. Yeah, 2 Jigglypuffs.
But no, man, that guy who did that stream with Nick Rekieta the other day,
let's talk about that.
Watch some of it.
I watched the entire thing last night. Let's talk about that.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
I made it through about an hour and a half.
This was Nick Rekieta, guys, was talking to somebody who was going on for like a week, and then for the entire weekend was basically trying to get on Nick Rekieta's stream. Nick didn't want to stream. He wanted to take the weekend off, but the guy was persistent, so he's like, okay, fine. This guy claimed 2 things. That he wanted to talk to Nick to get him to stop talking about the Vic Mignogna situation. And 2, that he was a, quote, friend of Vic's and that Vic wouldn't want him doing this.
Yeah, part of his thing was he was accusing Nick, by way of his videos, of further damaging Vic's reputation.
Yes.
Of doing that. Yeah.
I think he was also one of the people claiming the Indiegogo was a fraud.
Yeah.
But then Shane, later in the interview, goes on to say that, rules under which Vic could,
come back.
be, allowed to come back to. And
he claimed that I can send his email right now and all this stuff. Yeah.
Well, not just that, but those rules that he laid down assumed guilt. So, Shane, if you're approaching this with the assumption of guilt, firmly at mind, if you're not doing that, then what are the rules for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So, like, he was very contradictory and also very, very stupid. Like, he would straight up. He thought he was. Oh my God! It's just so hard to process because he was like. Nick would say something like that he had been saying like 10, 15, 20 times, and Shane would act like it was a big gotcha, and it was like doing law shit the entire time.
The one thing where he was talking about, he was trying to get Nick to like specify what he's talking about. That was a game. He was trying to think that's what he's trying to interpret that as that's what Vic's going to sue for, right? And what's funny is like this guy was trying to tell Nick what tortious interference was. I was like, you do realize that Nick has spent the better part of like 4 or 5 months at researching the case about Richard Meyer and Mark Wade, right? Which includes tortious interference in Texas.
Not only
so he knows all about both types of tortious interference. tortious interference with contract, and
One with
tortious
the
interference
contract.
with future business. He knows both. He's very well versed in both. He's thoroughly researched that. His gotcha was an idiotic stupidity. Hey, it's Tug. He's in the chat right now. How you doing, Tug?
Oh, cool.
Hey,
Hi.
You'll come in and play with us?
Yeah, you should come in and play. You got the you
Good to
you
see
know how
ya.
to get in here. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. how to
Join
get
us.
in here.
Join us.
Yeah, but the whole situation was so comical, right? I was like, you can ask me and Xavier were listening to it. We were laughing so hard. It was so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like the part where he called him a brainlet. It was when Nick called the dude a brainlet. I laughed so hard. It was like,
Yeah. It's like, are you fucking kidding me, man? You have done nothing this entire time. But and I love when fucking what's his name, Shane was like, you know, Vic will be allowed back if he changes his behavior. And Nick's like, change what?
yeah, change what behavior? He was getting him to try to say it. He's like, I want you to say it. Just say it.
Yeah, the whole alt-right thing too.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually said, he got him to say alt-right finally. Yeah, but
He was trying to skate around that. But it really sickened me, though, that he was acting like Vic's friend and then yet saying that to change some fundamental things about his personality and shit. It's like, well, that's presuming guilt, and that's not something a friend would do. A friend might wait for, you know, more information, but they're going to want to believe in you.
I have archived tweets of Shane where he has said that he was the one that has been trying to get Vic kicked from these comms for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have those archives. I'm not ready to share them. Well, I mean, I could get them for you. I can show them to you, but this is for my video.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely.
I said, so wait a minute. And that's why Brainlet was a perfect, name for him. This absolute Brainlet put online that he is a party to a conspiracy.
And did you notice how he framed conspiracy, by the way? Like he was trying to invoke the negative connotation.
Right.
Bunch of crazy people in a room, tilting at windmills and shit. And
yeah. And Nick's
when
like,
in
no.
reality, it was just like
when two or more people get together
Legal.
right. He was giving him the legal definition of a conspiracy. Like,
Yeah,
and the
because
guy just
you ever heard the terms conspiracy to commit, right? That's a term, used in the legal profession. Conspiracy to commit means people, two or more people got together and decided we're going to do X to do to Y.
to conspire to do something doesn't, require any tinfoil hat wearing.
He was confusing
motherfuckers.
conspiracy with conspiracy
qualify.
theory, which is a different connotation altogether, which just shows how much of an actual brainlet that Shane was.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. The entire time, I was embarrassed, like vicariously embarrassed for that guy. Like an hour and a half in, and I had to shut it off.
Well, you could have hung around. You can ask Xavier because like he gave up when he started reading super chats.
He got mad.
He got
Did he?
Yeah, dude. He got so mad because people were calling him a cuck. Like super chats are. And he said, "Is this what you're?" Because remember, the guy said the chat is on my side.
Yep.
Like,
although he did refer to the chat as people that the alt-right would find embarrassing.
Yeah. And so, so Nick started reading, the super chats, which, Xavier had 2 or 3 in there.
Nice.
Nick, Xavier really tries to get, he wants to get Nick nailed down on the whole, does he believe in, self-governing for the space noids?
Always sending him Xeon propaganda. At one point, I got him to say that Shar never betrayed anyone, colony drop was justified, and he gave it a very enthusiastic Hail Xeon.
Yep. Last week when Mark Kern was on Ricado's stream, he sent a super chat for Nick to ask Mark Kern about what does he think about the space noise right to self-govern, and then like Mark Kern says, "Wait, is that Gundam?" He went, "Yeah." He said, "Drop to colony."
The chat filled up with Sieg Zeon, like all over the place.
I almost wonder if I should. I almost wonder if I should queue up the bot.
Zeon.
You know what?
Zeon.
You know what?
Oh,
Fuck
God.
it. Fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't give a shit. Oh, where'd it go? Oh.
See you, man. Matsunuki. And also Seth left a little bit ago.
I don't know if
About 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. If you ever heard it before, you'll like it.
No, I haven't.
You'll hear it in here because it's gonna play through the bot. But it's a funny little thing because and what was it? Zeta Gundam? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Zeta Gundam. The guy who used to be Char in the original series, he's a character known
Quattro
Bagina, yeah. So he goes before the UN and makes this huge speech. What originally the speech was like 20, 30 minutes, something like that.
It's actually it's supposed to be 5 minutes long, and the idea is that they've taken over the entire assembly to let everyone know, and the Earth Federation know the Titans are bad. The Titans are gassing civilian populations to maintain their own power.
Yeah.
So he spends the first 3 minutes of his 5 minutes talking about Zeon.
Yeah.
And how people on Earth need to move into space.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing was because he was of Xeon, so he was explaining, and he explained who he actually was and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And went through a whole thing. But, somebody, of course, had to condense it down for everybody, so here it is.
Had to turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, I am. You know what? I'll turn it up and then play it again. Like I said, I'll play it again when it gets finished, so everybody can hear it. It's great, right?
Yeah.
All right, now to turn it up so the chat can actually hear it this time. And all right, fellas, sorry about that. One more time. Here we go.
Xeon Daikun.
We'll talk over it.
Come to you today as some lieutenant of the anti-union, anti-Xeon.
Stop
the broadcast. One more thing I must disclose before I say what I came to say. I have another name.
Xeon Daikun.
I'm also the man who was known as Shar Aznable.
Is this scoundrel really?
Lieutenant Quattro Bagina of the Anti-Earth Union Group. Anti-Xeon. Anti-Earth Union Group.
Xeon did nothing wrong.
Let the man talk. Let the man talk.
Do not close this meeting, Bagina.
Zeon did nothing wrong. Kieran Zabi did a lot wrong.
So I'm guessing it came through good that time for everybody.
I checked the stream and it was fine.
Okay.
Makuve did a lot wrong.
Kirby in there. I swear I heard some Kirby in there somewhere in the background.
I think that's the song they used. It was from one of the
Kirby games.
Yeah. Xeon. On.
Who we got here now?
I don't know. Somebody come in?
It's just the rhythm bot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was confused for a second there.
Tug would come in and play with us.
Oh, yeah.
What?
He invited Tug
Someday.
to come play with us if he wanted to.
Oh, cool.
But it's up to him.
I haven't talked to that guy yet.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good fellow.
Oh, yeah.
I like his streams. He's very informative, but when he gets mad, boy, howdy. I love it when he gets mad. It's like a nice,
I think I've never heard him get really mad.
Well, it's hard to because he takes his streams down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna let this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically I'm tired of this fucking bullshit. I'm telling you, this is fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, my tug is my best tug is the hey there.
Hey there,
Gonna say,
people.
sound like you belong on Hey Dude. Like,
I mean, it's like okay, I've done Edwin and I've done Tug tonight. So now I guess I'll do John Malin because you know Ethan. It's time to get an oar and start rowing. But yeah, what time is it? I think it's about time.
It's not.
It's about time.
It's almost 2 hours, so I think it's time to hang up the receiver on this one. All
right.
But
I don't know why this tweet makes me feel so fuzzy.
Oh, the Ethan tweet.
Yeah.
Well, he took his time out of his day to talk to you. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I think that's why.
He was like, oh.
It's also nice to have somebody of some prominence, having your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess what it is it really feels like it, especially especially the last part. Because anybody can be like, oh yeah, she sucks, that sucks. But I don't know, for some reason, I promise you and stuff like that. Just
he's
I feel like he's really going to bat for.
He is, and part of it's
but for me and whoever else that can't go to bat for ourselves because we are poor.
Oh God, this parody website.
Marvel's new character Renpool wields nun sporks in a never-ending battle with evil Chinese buffets.
Damn, that's good.
I kind of really want to make Renpool.
You should do it.
But sporks are awesome, so I don't think I'd give her sporks.
Below to this article, it's time to cast a Black Stan Lee.
Yeah.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe needs to be recast. We need to do the right thing and make sure a person of color takes over the role.
That's a parody article.
Somebody said my pick is for Black Stan Lee would be Scarlett Johansson.
What if Stan Lee just had a
Cruise.
Okay, how about this? What if Stan Lee had a stand and it was a Black Stan Lee?
So
we go straight up. We go straight up JoJo on this bullshit, right? Just,
Excelsior, Holmes.
Excelsior, homie. What's up?
Yeah, that would be his stand. He's like, all right, you made me activate my stand. Excelsior.
And then at the end of the battle, when he's won, it's like, enough said.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, his stand is like 10 times more powerful than Star Platinum.
Yeah.
God bless that man and everything he left with us with.
Oh yeah.
I am sorry.
And it's gonna be terrible to see it all destroyed. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh. That's the thing. That's the thing, man. It's always gonna be there, man.
Yeah.
These people have shat on the modern incarnations and stuff, but the heart and soul of Marvel is still there way back in the 60s and shit.
Well, it was there. I like to say that he took good Marvel with him. So that he doesn't have to see it go to shit. Or he doesn't have to see what they're doing to it now.
He used to be in the last good Marvel movie. He's in Endgame already.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, he is. Actually, he was at the end of...
They did say that they were shooting a lot of his cameos, for the rest of the movie.
There's quite a
stepped
few.
on my joke.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
He was in Infinity War. He just got dusted off screen. And yeah. Bruh.
Personally, I think his two best appearances, and I'll state, was in Infinity War when he said, "What's wrong with you kids? You never seen a flying saucer before?"
Yeah.
And then in Civil War when he said, "I got a letter here from Mr. Tony Stank."
It's for Tony Stank.
I loved the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 one.
I was gonna say I liked that one where because they were trying to hint that he was.
Watcher.
And then that kind of hardcore was that's what we were looking for, kind of. And I'm like, yes!
Yeah.
They could have implied he was the one above all.
But then he said, hey, where you guys going? How am I supposed to get home?
Yeah, you guys are my ride.
You guys are my ride. Yeah. I love
it. The other one I really loved was in Thor 3. Where he actually looked like an 80s comic book character.
Yeah.
Please don't cut my hair.
Yeah. You will not cut my hair. I forbid it. Then he's like, he's like, oh, please, sir, don't cut my hair.
Jay Cephas has some information for me. Austin, Texas has a slogan: "Keep Austin weird." Lauren Cooper and Tim Doyle were brought under an in-name exchange program to do just that. All right, with that, since we're hitting right at 2 hours, I think it's time to.
Lobo's whining.
Yeah, hit that old dusty
He's having
trail.
a crisis.
Hit that old dusty trail and come back tomorrow, fresh as a daisy, and talk about some new good stuff. And hopefully this time it'll be good news instead of bad news.
Yeah.
Well, some of this was good news.
That's true.
We announced the comic.
That's true. Yep. And of course, when we announced Ethan is going to,
some justice is going to happen.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Justice.
And I want to remind people that justice is not quick.
Yeah, it'll be a while.
Well, media mob justice is quick, sure.
Unless
justice.
Unless those people who are going to get sued doing a complete mea culpa. And try to just take back everything they've ever said and, just shut the hell up about it,
Ren's still up to it and she knows that Ethan's suing. So
how long before we get out? We were only kidding.
Oh yeah,
it was
coming.
A joke.
We were just trolling, guys. Ha ha ha
ha. Yeah.
Big new, lol.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So like I said,
pretending to be retarded.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it for tonight. And like I said, keep your joy. God damn it! You need to stop. Oh, I see it. Tim Doyle, I wouldn't even rape your dog.
It just reminded me of that whole spiel he went into where your dog stopped sliding into my DMs and shit like that. And I'm like, all right, that went from like, ish to, bro, what the fuck you doing, man?
Exactly.
Like, it's just getting worse, dude.
Okay, now can I end the stream? Okay.
Maybe.
Like I said, don't let them steal your joy. Keep going where it's going. Things are going to get better. That's all. That's how I feel. Things will get better. All right. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.